What is up, gang? Welcome back for more Always Sunny. Can you believe we have finally made it? At least I have finally made it to season 15. It's been a long time coming. I've been looking forward to this season specifically for a very long time, just because it's the most recent one and it's going to be covering the most recent topics, presumably if it's consistent with the past seasons. But it's been an absolute joyride getting to this point, and I'm really hoping that they have some more bangers in this season, because up to this point I haven't disliked any of the seasons. They've all had amazing moments, and so looking forward to what they've got in store for us this time, especially with all the stuff with the pandemic. I have no doubt that they have covered that in at least one episode. But I really appreciate all of you sticking with me through the past year and a half as I've gotten up to this point. It's been an absolute blast going through the show with you all, and I've really loved seeing how many of you have mentioned that you started watching the show because I had started watching it for the channel, so you wanted to see what it was about as well, and it seems like a lot of you love it just as much as I do, and so I'm glad that it could kind of bring us together, this show. And so if you've been watching for a long time, welcome back for season 15. If you're new here for season 15 specifically, welcome. And I know some of you aren't going to be watching immediately because you haven't had access to the season yet, but whenever you do make it to this video, welcome to you as well. But I'm super stoked to get into it, and if you enjoy this video, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up, helps the video out. And of course, you can check out the full-length reactions to all the Always Sunny episodes, including those for season 15, on Patreon. Link for that in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into season 15.
What if we let off some fireworks in here, huh? It's never been done before, right? That could be kind of good, right? You'll burn the place to the ground.
We have to have some kind of flair for this business meeting.
Yes, perfect, man. Starting with a meeting. No doubt they're gonna bomb.
It's a guy. I got a football ready.
What if it's a guy who hates football but loves flowers?
Or a woman who was assigned male gender at birth, but has retained her traditional love of the game.
Oh my gosh, dude, this dialogue. Gotta be prepared for any possibility.
The chances of this person walking in and being your typical vanilla white guy are slim to none.
My name's Gary. I'm here to speak to the owners of Patty's Pub.
Oh, thanks, sweet Jesus.
Oh, they're happy about it. That's fantastic. I don't think Gary's ever been hyped up this much. Such a classic name too, Gary.
From the pub.
Oh, thank you.
Now that we all know that we see eye to eye, let's talk about you giving us that PPP loan.
They immediately think they're getting it.
I'm here to collect on ones you already have. Just need to know what you did with the money and what the businesses have been up to for the past year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, nice, man. Perfect way to start the season. No better way than to recap the disaster of 2020. I have a feeling this guy is not going to be impressed at all.
When the world says slow, we say go.
That's right.
Or strike, or attack.
Yeah. Normally we're running a thriving bar here, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, normally. There's barely ever anybody in there. Max on his A game, though.
First loan, which is Punch Incorporated.
As an out-of-work bouncer, looking to pursue my other interests, that would be as intellectually stimulating as choking out a jabroni and leaving him out in the street.
Oh, jeez, dude, he kills me.
Do you give me feels when I see them heels? Let me be your guy. Never mind them flies.
Flies, dude, these lyrics. Hey, they're not bad, man. They actually sound pretty good.
I'm struggling with the lyrics. It's the fly thing.
Well, horses have flies, that makes sense.
Feels like I'm asking her to forget the flies that are surrounding me, not the horse.
Never mind them thighs.
He was too quick to that. He had that ready to go as a backup. I'm glad Dennis is also confused about that.
Because I can't stop thinking about the
The
election.
election.
The election.
I can't focus on any of
The
our...
integrity of the election.
Yes.
Right? Because
yes.
I
Our democracy is at stake.
Guaranteed they're talking about a different election than the presidential one.
He's an outsider that brings a fresh perspective to Washington.
really worried that the mainstream media just wasn't taking him seriously. Plus, you want a guy who's lived a little.
Maybe they are talking about the presidential race, but I'm curious who their candidate is.
That's why we wanted to make sure that things went smoothly at the polling place. We used the loan to buy tactical gear.
Look at this one, the New York hat.
Oh my, they're way overdressed, dude. What the heck? This feels very illegal.
We're gonna ask you a series of Philly-related questions. Why do we hate Chris Chelios? Who is Uncle Eddie Savitz? Donovan McNabb or Rocky Balboa?
McNabb, obviously.
Well, I don't think it's that obvious.
This is fantastic. The only one I really understood is the Rocky McNabb one, but I'm sure the other ones are great Philly questions.
Are you saying you want Sly to be the starting QB for the Eagles?
I say that Sly takes us to the playoffs.
Sly Stallone is just a meatball actor.
Then why do we make statues to him?
Hey, we don't. Okay, hold on.
Oh, this is fantastic. I love that the lady just walked off in the middle of this.
What are we even talking about?
Hey, what's up, Brian? Good to see you again.
Brian, what's going on?
You want us back at the 100 feet?
He wants us back to 100 feet. We're gonna be less effective.
I love that this implies they've had the same conversation multiple times. Brian doesn't even need to say anything, just looks at him.
We went with gaining exposure for our budding musical interests, providing people with an opportunity to vote on another pressing matter. Freedom is the choice you have. Is it Rocky or McNabb?
They're still freaking on that. I like their looks, though. This is great. People are actually voting, dude. Are we gonna learn the results? Personally, I'm pulling for my guy Rocky.
Created a great deal of confusion. Like what votes were supposed to be counted.
You might be partially responsible for the voting count delays in the presidential election.
No, I'm saying we might have been entirely responsible.
Oh, yes. I love that they're playing into that. Their issues are getting very large scale if they're creating those kind of problems.
What were you importing?
Inks, grease, paste, sludges in general.
What were you exporting?
Hey, guy. Frank, I'm worried about you, man. You're hitting it way too hard.
Dang, the silver fox right here, Frank. Love that the products are so random.
It looks terrible. You should get this done in like a salon or something. Salons are closed. Gotta go. Where are you going?
gotta go.
You look crazy, dude.
I just watched the black and white Cookie Seinfeld episode. Frank's hair is reminding me of that. I like the look, honestly.
I went to my favorite bookstore to clear my head. They never judge the customers.
Oh, hey, you gotta wear a mask.
I got a mask.
I didn't see it. You're good.
Oh, jeez, a pretty rough system right here. Not even surprised this is Frank's go-to spot.
Who would I become? I was letting the pandemic get the best of me. Immediately did something about it after I popped off. I got right to work on creating the perfect hair dye.
Why is this his process? I thought it was going to be a simple solution.
I finally hit pay dirt. Chinese motor oil. Bingo! For the first time in a long time, I felt like somebody again.
Looking like $1 million, dude. I love the soundtrack choice as well.
I became the most sought-after underground hairstylist. I had my PPP loan, and business was booming.
This is fantastic. Frank, the ultimate entrepreneur, basically doing what everybody started doing, trying to come up with any means of producing something or working.
Then one day this guy comes in, said he just needed a place to cool off. We talked about the election. He wasn't from the neighborhood. Said he was in from New York.
This is some official guy right here. Is this their candidate by chance?
I did him up real nice. My work was about to be in a national spotlight on the head of America's mayor, Rudolph Giuliani.
What very unexpected person right there. Frank moving up quick.
Sometimes it burns too bright. And that was a moment I knew it was coming to an end. I got sloppy.
Oh my gosh, dude. I love that they're relating it to actual events. I don't know if I've seen Sonny do that before.
I blame myself.
The hair dye that's dripping down your face is the same dye used by Rudolph Giuliani.
Yeah.
There you go, man. Not a bad use of money if you ask me. I'd cut Frank some slack.
Garments and varmints?
Varmints definitely played like a key role in it, so it's not confusing.
Oh, it's confusing.
I am confused.
That's because you're not a moron.
Charlie laughing as if Dee isn't calling him out right there directly.
Charlie and I were the last tit on the hog before the asshole.
I am so sorry for my partner's blue language. It does not represent our business.
Wow, Charlie went full business mode right there. Dee can't handle herself for just a few minutes being professional.
World needed masks. Only there was one problem.
Bam, check that one out.
What the hell is that?
That's a mask.
Ronald Reagan.
Oh, Reagan, that's Dennis.
What the heck? What does Charlie think Dennis looks like? How did he misinterpret it that bad?
My angle is mine are funny. Look at this. Fouch the Grouch. Right?
That's a great name.
I know.
Who is that? Fouch.
Charlie kills me. D is very resourceful, man, finding any way to be marketable.
Real money is in the Halloween costume space. Halloween store owners, they're gonna be like some of the richest people in America.
We're not gonna do it. Let's just do the medical mask thing.
Oh, fine, we'll try your thing.
I don't know, man. I liked Charlie's idea. Unfortunately, I don't think his prediction came true.
I need to drink wine.
Honey, I got you a gift. A custom-made mask.
Sound effects, my gosh. Love seeing D's characters.
We've got the fix for you. Garments and varmints. Now it's all starting to make sense, right?
It makes less sense than it did in the beginning.
That's when you know it's good, man. The less sense it makes, the better. Been a long time since we've seen that costume.
So luckily I was pretty handy with the old girl, so we were able to fill out most of the order, although we were running out of material.
What else do we need?
Oh, his look is so fantastic. This is the exact same look he had in the underground operation, right?
Get the pounds, you. Now normally I don't call D a sort of Dennis's thing. He's a goddamn.
Chirping up from the back. I love it. Also, that was great that Charlie was just wearing 2 sets of glasses for some reason.
Now he understands why we call the business
He doesn't
garments
care
and
what we
varmints.
call the business.
I believe that the man does.
I'm taking over the whole story. Okay.
Please, go ahead.
Man, he is staying surprisingly composed so far listening to all this.
You got the stuff? Absolutely. Give me 1 minute.
Very festive. What are you gentlemen celebrating?
Protesting the election.
I can get behind that because our guy did not get a fair shake.
Oh no, dude, I have a feeling where this is going right now with the animal pelts and everything.
Love to throw in this cool hat for free. I think it really completes the look.
Thanks, brother. Now let's go save this country.
There it is. I knew exactly who it was going to be referencing. How is the gang so involved in everything?
They've never seen the guy on stage. I mean, he's electrifying on stage.
You provided the iconic costumes at the Capitol riots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't say they weren't good costumes.
They were great.
Yeah, they provide nothing but quality. Wouldn't have been iconic without the gang, I guess.
Oh, man, what was that? Oh, sorry. Firework. Almost got you, pal. Fire.
Ow!
How is this going even worse now? I can't believe it. They are not getting a single cent from this guy.
With major cash infusion, we could turn this bar.
No, you people have shamelessly gamed the system out of massive amounts of taxpayer dollars for fictitious businesses that have gone bankrupt.
Unbelievable that made-up businesses can go bankrupt that quick.
Nothing made me more money than businesses I sent into bankruptcy. That's the American way.
Oh, brilliant writing right there.
None of these idiotic businesses would have been successful whether Trump had won or lost.
Sorry about Trump.
Where'd you get that?
Not taken seriously by the liberal media, electrifying on stage.
Here we go, man. I knew they were going to be talking about someone else who isn't, though.
Kanye West.
Kanye West was
You
our
seen him
guy.
on stage?
Wait, Kanye West.
You all voted for Kanye West.
Oh, absolutely.
At least they're passionate about their vote. I was curious if it was going to be somebody from the show or somebody in real life.
No way that you were all involved in every major event of the past year.
Why?
Because they're not Forrest Gump.
I don't think he's going to give us the loan.
I don't think we're going to get the loan either.
I wonder what gave you that idea. Couldn't have gone worse.
We all should be listening to Kanye.
Wait, man. Yes, I love it. I was waiting to see if they actually went to a rally like this. Wait, what the heck, bro? Was Frank really there at a rally? Or whatever speech that was? That is insane. Dude, that's great. They must have been planning this episode out for so long if they made sure to go to every major event like that. Of course, love the soundtrack. Iconic song right here. Well, we're off to a great start. One that I was kind of expecting, covering all the insane events of recent times. I absolutely love the idea this episode created, that all the insane events that have happened over the last little while were caused at the root by something that the gang did. That feels like the most reasonable explanation for some of those things because of how ridiculous the gang always is in their methods and whatnot. But it's amazing that even though I haven't been away from the show for very long, it was a couple-year gap between seasons, yet it feels for me, jumping into this right after finishing season 14, that that it feels exactly the same as it's always felt. There's no difference. And so I think I've mentioned that in the past, how it just feels like one consistently long season almost. There's no real breakup feeling, and so gotta give them props for the natural feeling transition. And I love that they didn't just go straight into something else, something very current from 2021 for the gang. They kind of covered what they'd been up to over their mini hiatus that they had to take, obviously because of the pandemic, but they covered so many great topics in that episode. And even though it may not have been the most wild or necessarily eventful episode, I guess you could call it, I feel like it was definitely a necessary starting point to kick off season 15, and so I had a good time with it. Hopefully you all did as well watching along, and if you did, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up, helps the video out a lot. And of course you can check out the full length on Patreon, link for that in the description below. But until episode 2, I will see you all next time. Peace.